What's good, peeps? Thanks as always for passing by the channel. Much appreciated. Hit that subscribe button if you guys are new. All right, so we're here in the Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter. A unification fight for the WBC and IBF welterweight titles is a done deal and will be announced in a couple of weeks, maybe next week, fingers crossed. We don't know a date or a venue yet, but I'm guessing it's probably going to be, what are we now, April, May, June, July. I'm probably August, maybe, early September, but I'm thinking more August. Good fight, right? Yeah, no complaints here. It's a good fight. I mean, it's a unification fight. Yes, Errol Spence will be a big favorite, but Shawn Porter will bring it. Shawn Porter will bring it. And Shawn Porter will be his toughest test since Kell Brook. I mean, he's almost had it easy since then, let's be honest with you. Ocampo, Lamont Peterson, all fighters I respect, and Mikey Garcia. Shawn Porter's better than all those guys. Shawn Porter will beat all those guys. So yeah, it will be his toughest test since Brook, but obviously Errol Spence will be a big favourite. But look, I like it. I feel like we're starting to get some sort of hierarchy now in the welterweight division. There are sort of big fights being spoken about. Obviously, Pacquiao versus Furman, which is a big one. And then we have Crawford, right? Then Crawford obviously coming off that big win. I say big win, easy win against Amir Khan. And then Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia's still there, right? He had that win as well over the weekend. So, I mean, ideally, what you would want is Errol Spence versus Shawn Porter, unification, IBF, WBC. And then what you would want is Terence Crawford to fight the winner of, if it happens, Pacquiao Furman, right? If I was Bob Arum, I would put a massive offer in now for Furman to fight Crawford. It probably isn't going to be able to usurp what PBC and Al Heyman can pay him, but that's what I would do right now. So we almost get two semi-finals. If not, then Crawford should wait and fight the winner of Pacquiao versus Furman, right? And then you have the WBA and WBO and the IBF and the WBC. And I mean, I know I'm making this sound easy, but then a massive unification fight 2020. That's how it should be. I can't see why it won't happen. Because those, for me, are probably, even if you chuck in Danny Garcia or leave him on the outside, those are probably the best six welterweights that we have right now. So I have no problem in seeing how it goes like that. If that's how it goes, WBC, IBF, and on this side, WBO, WBA, then that's perfect, right? That's how it should happen. The only problem is the man on the outside is Terence Crawford. They somehow have to bring him on the inside. I don't know how they're going to do that. Bob Arum's going to have to start cashing or writing some huge checks to get some of those PBC boys to come over and fight Terence Crawford. Remember, they offered Danny Garcia the fight about 8 months ago and he turned it down. I don't know if you guys remember this. So they are offering PBC boys fights. So it's not a case of they're not offering. They did offer Danny Garcia the fight. He turned it down. I wonder now, with Danny Garcia almost being the welterweight on the outside looking in, if he now will accept that fight against Terence Crawford. I'm not sure. If he does, then it means good things. It means that the Al Heyman PBC boys can go over and fight on top rank. But going back to the Errol Spence Shawn Porter fight, fingers crossed we get to see the Shawn Porter that turned up before the Ugas fight, right? That guy that fought Ugas hasn't got a hope in hell against Errol Spence. If he's that guy that's going to try and sit off and box, no chance, right? He'll get picked to pieces. But if he's a guy that can try and rough up Errol Spence the way he used to fight, you know, the way he used to fight, the way he fought against Brook, the way he fought against Furman and Garcia. Yes, there's a couple of losses there, but those still were very, very tough fights for everyone. He might cause him problems. He might cause him problems. But if we see this new Shawn Porter, the guy that tried to box against Ugas, then it's just not going to work. It's not going to work at all. But what do you guys think of the matchup? I'm happy with the matchup. I mean, you should be. I know everyone wants to see Spence versus Crawford, but unfortunately, the way boxing works, we have to get to that. And if I'm honest with you, I would prefer a situation where we do see all the belts on the line, right? I don't want a situation where Spence fights Crawford, but Furman's still out there with a belt. Because then Furman will still say, well, I'm the number one. I want to see a situation where we get to that, okay, who is the number one and clear number one. And I think with these proposed matchups that we're getting, remember we are hearing about Pacquiao versus Furman, Spence versus Shawn Porter. We are getting to a stage where we are starting to see clearly who is the number one. Because I'm not 100% sure who it is. I know people are going to say Spence, although I think Crawford is better than Spence. And Furman's got an argument as well. Furman beat Garcia and Porter, and now he's fighting Pacquiao. If he beats Pacquiao, I mean, he's got an argument to say he's number one. So I'm liking it right now. I'm liking the welterweight division. It's not a bad division. I mean, I don't look at it like the craziness in the heavyweight division. I genuinely think we have an opportunity for all these guys to get on. I really do. But yeah, interesting times. What do you guys think? Let me know. Peace.